welcome to another episode right here on Top Flight TV Family Channel, where we do everything for the love of marriage. We do everything for the love of family. All right, so today we are going to be doing woman to woman. Today I have a special guest with me, one that means so much, brings so much laughter to me. She is so funny. And she always teaches me different things when baking, about love and marriage and relationships. And so I saw it fit that I should introduce you to my friend, my neighbor, my very good friend, Mrs. Grace Accardi. Welcome, 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 welcome. Please state your name for the camera.
My name is Grace Accardi.
All right. So, Mrs. Accardi. Now, Mrs. Accardi has been my very faithful neighbor and friend and companion. She's been like my best bud lady friend. Mrs. Accardi, tell them, how old are you?
I am 97 years old.
Mrs. Accardi is 97 years old. As a matter of fact, you just celebrated your 97th birthday.
Yes.
How was that?
It was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. What made it phenomenal?
My neighbors gave me a beautiful birthday, which I'll never forget.
All right. So that's fantastic. So
Yes.
Congratulations on celebrating 97 years. That's definitely.
I'm very happy.
Very
Yes.
happy. We can tell. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to be talking today woman to woman. We're going to be talking about marriage and relationship. I'm going to keep it brief.
Okay.
So I know she's always told me that she got married when she got married at a young age. So go ahead, tell us. How old were you when you got married?
I was 17 years old. My husband asked me to marry him when I was 15.
15.
Yes.
So he asked you to get married at 15 and you got married at 17. So if you got married at 17, how old was Mr. Accardi?
He was 19.
Guys, I can't even imagine it. 17 and 19, that's like my son's age and my daughter's age.
Yes.
Mr. Accardi, those are like babies. You guys were babies.
Absolutely.
All right, and how did that go for you? Did you know what you were getting into?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Yes, I married a fantastic man.
Okay, how did you know what you were getting into at 17?
Because he comes from a good family, and he's very kind and loving, so I knew I was going to get a special man in my
I know,
life.
but dating is one thing, but then to be married, that's like, you're thinking forever. So at 17, you decided that this is what you wanted to do.
Yes, and I was married for 73 years.
73 years.
And they were all happy years.
They were all happy years. All right, so I have a couple of questions for you, okay? So you were married for 73 years, one man.
One man in my whole life. I've never dated another man in my life.
But Mrs. Accardi, at 17 and...
That's what I said. I never went out with another man except Mr. Accardi.
Did you ever, even though you didn't go out with another man, did you ever see another man that you thought that,
No, not really. No.
And Mr. Accardi only has eyes for you?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So 73 years. Somebody must have been doing something very well.
The Lord.
The Lord.
The Lord took care of everything for me.
Everything.
And still is.
And still is. Well, while we're on the topic of the Lord, what part do you think your spirituality had to play in your marriage? Like, what part do you think the God side of you had to, play in your
Loving
marriage?
and kindness was very important in my life. Being loved and being kind to people is my favorite thing in my life.
Okay.
That makes me happy.
And that's relative to marriage. How did that play? Did you think your spirituality played a big role in you being married?
Yes, because my husband came from a loving mother and father. They were married over 50 years when I met him, so he comes from a very good religious family.
Okay.
And so I knew that when I married him, I was getting into a wonderful family.
Oh, that's great. And what about you?
Well, my family is wonderful. but I did not have a mother.
Okay.
And Mr. Accardi's mother was like my mama.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That must have felt good being able to fill that gap for
Yes. Yes.
you. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So, if you had to choose, you have a choice to choose between love, being gentle, and what's the other one? Being patient. Which one would you choose for your marriage? If you had to choose, you're in a boat with the three, and you had to choose one. Which one would you choose? Love, gentleness, or patience?
That's a hard one to answer because I think my patience would be important,
Mm-hmm.
and my love is all three
All
are
three.
important.
Yes, indeed. All right, so the other day I was asking you a question.
Yes.
Did you ever get mad at each other?
Did I ever have
Did you guys ever get mad at each other like you and Mr. Accardi?
Well, not actually. We never got mad. I would say if I was annoyed at something, I didn't speak. I was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But we never really got mad or ever went to bed mad or angry.
Why
ever.
is that? Never did? Never ever. 73 years.
In all the years, if we ever had disagreements, when we went to bed, we always said the Lord wants us to make up and love because we never know if we're going to wake up.
That's true. That's a very good way to look at it.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good way to look at it.
So
no one...
In other words, put your anger aside, kiss each other, because that's what you're going to remember the rest of your life.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. So, you're telling me over the last 73 years that you guys were married, that you guys never had any reason to be angry at each other.
But not really, I want to say angry. I would get angry about the discipline of my children.
Mm-hmm.
My husband was very lenient.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like most men are.
yes. And so that's where we disagree when the punishments.
Okay.
When my boys were old enough to go out, I give them a time limit,
Mm-hmm.
and if they didn't do the time limit, then they lost their trust.
Okay.
And so that.
So how did you guys, the both of you, Mr. Accardi, how did you guys deal with like anger? Like, how did you get it from being angry to like, just dealing with conflicts? How do you deal with your conflicts?
I just found that I'm the type of a person, I don't get angry over small little things. It has to be a big, but I don't get angry over little things.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I don't get angry. I get angry if it's important or somebody lies to me, then I never forget that. If any of my boys lie or Mr. Accardi lied about anything,
That you didn't
then
like.
I would never be able to trust them.
Okay. And trust is important in a marriage. So,
Absolutely.
which brings me to another question. So you trusted him and he trusted you.
Absolutely. He was a very jealous, loving man.
Mm-hmm.
He never went out with a woman. Same thing, all through high school. He was a very handsome man, but when he dated me, never looked at
another woman. But you gave me a scenario one time that you said you got angry because...
Well, because they were on strike, and they were walking up and down the telephone company, and then this girl was holding the sign, and somehow or another, my husband's loving kindness, she was comfortable. So every time I would go to see him, she was walking side by side. And when I said it to him, he said, she was just we're talking about how long we're going to be holding these signs. And so that bothered me because I could feel
jealousy. So you had a little bit of jealousy. So how were you able to deal with your jealousy? How did you get over that?
Well, when the strike was over, and then he was a homebody all the time. when the fellas would go out after work
Mm-hmm.
to have a social drink, he never went. He
Okay.
always said, my wife is waiting for me.
Okay.
All the guys, even his bosses would go out after and have a beer. And he said, no, my wife is waiting for me. And he'd
Okay.
come home.
Well, that's good. So he's one husband that would come home and spend a lot of time with you. So he didn't have a big social life.
Never.
Did you have a social life?
No, we were very loving homebodies.
Homebodies. Okay.
Very.
What do you do for self-care? What did you do for self-care in your marriage?
What do we do for
No, what did you do for self-care in your marriage? Self-care to take care of you.
Well, I just went along and did what I always do.
Okay.
I mean,
You didn't do manicures, pedicures, spa
I
days?
always try to always look nice. That was one of my hair.
Is that an important thing to look nice for your husband?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, because when he'd come home from work, he'd say, first thing he would say, kiss me and say, oh, you look so nice. I have beautiful, naturally wavy hair.
Uh-huh.
And so that was something I look forward to when you come up the stairs at a split level.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And he'd say, oh, you look so beautiful.
Oh, it's nice.
Loving.
That's nice. All right, so what advice do you have for younger married couples like, say, me? What advice do you have for
Your
them?
kindness is important, number one.
Kindness?
Your kindness and thoughtfulness is important.
And that's for marriage?
And your marriage.
Okay.
Because if you are thoughtful of your husband, you'll always be kind. If you are the type that gets angry over little things,
Mm-hmm.
it's unsettling.
It's unsettling.
See, now I feel, knowing you are personal and your husband, you bring that, in my eyes, a couple that are very happy and loving.
Thank you, Mrs.
And
Accardi.
I'm not there, but I know
What you see.
you personally, and I know him, and you're a very loving couple.
Okay, all right. Well, guess what? That's pretty much all the questions I wanted to ask
Thank
you,
you.
woman to woman.
Yes.
You know, it's important that you have more to share with me, and I want to take what you have to share with me, and also all the other ladies out there.
Well,
We
that's
want to share with them.
important. That's important because marriage is very important. Because look, I was married for 73 years, so I know how important my loving to that man was till when the day he died.
Yeah.
You see, so that's important.
You know, I was going to actually end, but I wanted to also ask your input. You know, there's so many divorces
Yeah.
going on these days, you know. Well, what do you think is the difference? Your marriage lasted for 73 years.
Well, because see, I'm the type of a person, my personal life belongs here.
Okay.
I'm happy here, so I don't go out or mingle in. If my important marriage was here and always was. So
Yeah.
I was a homebody all the time.
Yeah, but do you think, like, you know, do you think that marriages back then are a little bit more foolproof than marriages
Yes.
today?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because women are stronger.
Stronger now?
They're stronger now because they got high-paying jobs. They're
Oh,
more out into the world.
independent.
When I was younger, women stayed home and took care of their children. Today, the woman don't have to do that.
So do you think that's one of the problems that's causing these high divorce
Well,
rates?
that's more where I find women take more tranquilizers because they have to go to work, they got children. I never had to do that.
Okay,
Because
so-
Mr. Accardi said when he got married to me, you stay home, raise your children. I go to work and I'll support you and my family.
So you think that being home as a wife and a mother, that helps to keep your bond with your husband and your family?
Always. He never let me work because he said, when my children open that door and they say, Mom, you have to say I'm home.
And that's, you know what folks nowadays call that? They call that old school. And like that's the old school
Well,
way.
that is, but it isn't like that today.
It's not.
Because the
Definitely
women
not.
work today,
Yeah. But there's some women who balance work and marriage.
but not like
Not like back then.
no, women are more aggressive than I was.
Oh, today. The women today are a little bit more aggressive.
They
For
are
example?
because a lot of women make more money than men, and their independence is separate. See, so I know people that work and would say, oh, I work, if I want to spend $100, it's my money. See, I don't like that. It's my money.
That's another thing I wanted to ask you. What about finances? How did you guys work the finances?
Well, we struggled a lot. We struggled because we were young.
But did you guys fight over money?
No.
Never fought?
No,
Never had any
No,
intention?
Mr. Accardi would say, he gave me so much money. The goodness of my heart, I always got in trouble. We have budget boxes.
Oh, budget
And
boxes.
so much for the rent, so much for this, lights, telephone. Well, sometimes I cheated, and if I have all the ladies in for coffee and I wanted to buy coffee and cookies and stuff, I would go in a box where I don't have to pay that for a couple of weeks. I'll make up. That's right.
So you had a budget box?
It's a box. They sell them.
Okay.
They sell them. It's a box with all the 6 boxes. Then you put your rent money, your light bill, your water bill.
So never fought over money?
Well, that's
So did you have separate bank accounts?
No, never had separate bank accounts.
Okay, all right.
No,
Okay.
but I got in trouble was because Mr. Accardi always liked down the basement storage with cans of tomatoes and so when I needed money that I didn't buy stuff, I would take it. I would use it.
It seems like you guys had a little plan worked out there.
Yeah.
So you never fought for money.
One day he goes downstairs, down the basement, and he comes up. He goes, "Honey, there used to be a dozen cans of tomatoes. What happened?"
So listen.
I never lied.
I know you did. I know you
said to
did.
him, well, I had the ladies over, and I needed some fun stuff
That's
for
so
coffee.
So listen, we have to wrap up, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to look in the camera, like you're talking to my other wives, the other women. You're talking to other women and other wives. What do you, I'm going to dress back here, and you're going to talk to them. Tell them, these are other wives and mothers. What is the greatest advice you would give a woman to woman?
For me, woman, always being honest is number one. Because when you tell the truth, you'll never forget the truth, but you forget the lies. Number one, important. Whether it's with your children, with your husband, always tell the truth, because if you tell a lie, you're going to forget you said that. But if you tell the truth, you'll say the story over. That's number one, with your husband and your children.
Yes.
Very important.
All right, so you heard it, ladies. The most important thing, make sure you speak the truth, build that trust. You don't want to lose trust in your marriage and your relationships. And that is from our great friend, Mrs. Accardi. We want to thank you for joining us today. Remember, if you do like our video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. What did you think about what Mrs. Accardi had to say, woman to woman, wife to wife? We want to hear from you. In the meantime, my friends, thank you for tuning in. Again, I am Raquel, and we'll see you at the top. See you at the top.